There's something special about this neighborhood that it's authentic.
I wanted my business in a place that was growing. I didn't want a place that had plateaued.
This is the place for us to be. This is a fit for us.
We've operated out of 27,000 square feet of space, but we've seen over 100,000 visits. So my biggest hope is that we have the capacity for years to come to continue to meet the growing needs of the city of Fort Worth and the surrounding communities. If you notice the way Texas Health Resources and the healthcare community work, we're all about patient care and we're all about the community. Fort Worth South is that as well. There's no differentiation between Harris or any other hospital. It's all about the community and the needs. You know, going down to Magnolia and having lunch, you know, you have to support those areas that are within the community. This area now is very vibrant, energized around a common vision of making sure that the medical district stays vibrant and whole and healthy, and that people enjoy coming to this area not only for health care, but for the activities that are surrounding this area.
Brewed is the locals' living room is kind of our slogan and motto. We're a coffee shop, a pub with craft beer, and we also do craft homemade food.
To find an eclectic neighborhood, to build a coffee shop, restaurant, and locals' living room where people could just hang out and be together. That's really kind of the first vision of where Brewed was birthed.
Southside is where I feel like culture is happening. We really wanted just to create a space where people could gather and exchange ideas and have conversations and work and just share their passions and create. And we really felt that the South Side, and particularly around here, around Magnolia, where there was a lot of culture and interesting things happening. There was a ton of new businesses that were Fort Worth local businesses. Anything where the streets shut down and people are walking up and down I think it's such a cool thing. And so Arts Goggle is always, you know, a highlight for us. And that's the day we opened was Arts Goggle. And it's just such, you know, people are there to support local artists, to support local businesses. And it's just such a communal thing. You know, it doesn't get much cooler than that.
It feels really local. You know, this is an area where businesses are thriving. There's an eclectic artisan community, artsy community, and so I just love that that's all blended at Brewed. It really is like a living room, something you might find in your own home with a mix of friends from all different places of your life.
I've been involved in the Near South Side practically from my arrival in Fort Worth in 1998. It took folks with a lot of vision. Don Scott was one of them, Jim Watt, Joan Klein, many others were involved in forming Fort Worth South. They saw that the area had a great deal of potential, and they saw things that most folks probably couldn't see. The Near South Side has made remarkable progress, and it's done so in a way that's managed to preserve its authenticity, and it's really a remarkable example of urban revitalization. Fort Worth South is not an entity created by the city of Fort Worth. It's not formally connected to the city of Fort Worth except through contracts. Fort Worth South is much more than a partner. Fort Worth South is a convener, a problem solver, a deal maker, and an effective leader in bringing about positive change. I don't think the city could be as successful without such a strong partner providing leadership on the Near South Side.
The Ronald McDonald House provides a home away from home for families of critically ill children who are receiving medical treatment in the Fort Worth area. We have been in this facility since 1996. We started out with 20 bedrooms. We added on another 18 bedrooms in 2004, and then we just opened our new expansion, which now allows us to serve 58 families a night. Most of the families that we serve have a child that's being treated at Cook Children's, while we have a lot at Harris as well. But it's critical that we are within walking distance to the hospital so that they can get to their children quickly. It used to be people stayed, when they come back and forth from the hospital, they would pretty much stay here. They didn't really feel safe in the neighborhood. And over the course of the years, it's just becoming a lovely place to be and hang out. A lot of times, especially with Magnolia Street being so close by, a lot of our families walk over there and shop and eat and are really taking advantage of the area, the shops and restaurants in the area. The Ronald McDonald House is truly, we depend upon the community, and I couldn't ask for a better community to be in.
We hatched the idea about a year and a half ago. We were looking for something to do in our community.
What we are planning is a 100% Uber local radio station to take it to the local extreme. We play only local music. Right now it's an audio stream that you can pick up on the iPirate app if you have an iPhone or an iPad. If you have an Android, you can pick up the Southside Pirate. We operate out of a server farm right now because we are not a traditional radio station.
I love mixed use. Here is a great example, shipping and receiving. This is a historic building over 100 years old that was the Supreme Golf Warehouse building. It is now a beautiful example of mixed use here in the neighborhood. There's apartments above, loft apartments, offices, and then a wonderful bar. So it's great.
Anyone who is looking for the kind of neighborhood where you know people, you see them at Friday on the Green, you see them at the various arts exhibits and community things that go on. You truly know your neighbors. Mm-hmm. That is what we see here.
My wife and I, we moved in Fairmount about 6 years ago. You know, there was a lot of bikers around, bicycle riders, lots of little hole-in-the-wall bars and stuff. Music scene was, lots of great bars for music and stuff. And so we thought of a way that we can maybe help with that and get people together and nourish that mentality of promoting local. Getting all that information and putting it all in one place to where people can find out all of this stuff, what's great about Fort Worth and unique about Fort Worth in one location. The idea of Keep Fort Worth Funky is if people are wanting to come to Fort Worth, they can come to us and find out these unique places if they're that mentality. Fort Worth South, what they do Friday on the Green and open streets and all that, it's, that's a big part of it. So I'm real happy to work with Fort Worth South, and it's been a good relationship. I'd say near Southside is the place to be and the birthplace of this movement for sure.
We're a wine bar as well as a wine shop, so we've got selected beers and wines wines by the glass as well. So we're kind of known for our tap wines. I love the artisticness about wine because it's not something that you can make everywhere, and grapes are a living thing. They'll do what they want. You can't control the weather. You can't control, if they're going to be hotter some years and some not. So there's something beautiful about making a great wine because it's definitely not something you can control. I really try to find things that are, kind of obscure and, smaller vineyards and smaller producers and things that are usually at a really great price because they don't have the big box stores and things like that, and they're really taking the time to make 300 cases versus 500,000. I love this area because it's very local driven. All of the neighbors around here will come to me over going to a big box store. They love to support people. It took me, 2 years to even find an area of town I wanted to put the store in. I think Fort Worth South was a huge part of that, just being here, promoting me, emails, getting, happy hours here, things like that is huge. People really appreciate that organization and they listen to what they have to say. So, to have them speak towards your business is great. When I looked at it and with Fort Worth South's help in showing growth and how it happened even just the past 5 years, I can only see it just expanding further and further.